she has the makings of a Super 6 finalist. Meanwhile, Georgia, third in the country a year ago, is primed and ready for a run at the national championship. Senior Kristi Lichey is one of the top all-arounders in the country. Add in freshman Corey Fritzinger, who can fly, and the Gym Dogs have a 1-2 punch that will be tough to beat. Georgia, LSU, they go to the mat next. We welcome you to the Pete Maravich Assembly Center here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana tonight. Two of the best teams in women's gymnastics as number 2 Georgia battles number 8 LSU. Hi again, everybody, and welcome. I'm Chris Marlowe. Last year's regular season dual meet between these two teams was a doozy. It all came down to the last rotation, the final routine, with Georgia ultimately winning by just 15 100ths of a point. Tonight, we're hoping for more of the same. Happy to have working with me Kathy Johnson-Clark. Let's start with Georgia. A year ago, Georgia finished third. Big disappointment. This year, however, the Gym Dogs are loaded.
They're only disappointed because they love to win. And head coach Suzanne Yochlin said she has a gut feeling about this team, that they have everything it takes to win back that national championship, particularly because it's going to be back in Athens with that home crowd. They are led by a very exciting gymnast, junior Kristi Lichey. She was 6th all around at the national championships last year, a very strong leader, both on and off the floor. Very powerful, good, strong, all-around gymnasts. And they have a great freshman class. 4 former national team members. Corey Fritzinger is one of their hot freshmen. And to just show you something about their depth, she's only going to compete in one event tonight. And she was one of their top all-arounders at the Super 6 Challenge 2 weeks ago.
LSU, meanwhile, finished 9th in the nation a year ago. The Tigers lost 7 seniors, but they brought in 8 newcomers. The team has some talent, but a lot of question marks.
They did lose 7 key players there, but they got 8 freshmen that are very good, but Boudreaux says, that's the head coach, says they're not quite ready. They've got a few injuries. They've got some growing pains. They need to develop this team, and she thinks they'll be great at a critical time in the season, but much later. But we're going to see some great highlight performances, particularly by Nicki Arnstad, who won the first all-around of her collegiate career last weekend. A very exciting moment for her. So I think we'll see more of the same tonight.
All right, it's going to be a great one. The best in women's collegiate gymnastics here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. Stay with us. We'll be back. Rotation number 1 is coming up. Welcome back to the Pete Maravich Assembly Center, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We have 2 of the best teams in the nation for you tonight, Georgia and LSU. The preseason coaches poll, defending champion UCLA is 1, Georgia 2, Utah is very strong at 3, Michigan has Elise Ray, Bama has Andrea Pickens, Nebraska, Stanford, and LSU. Along with Kathy Johnson-Clark, I'm Chris Marlowe. Nice crowd assembled here at the PMAC, as they call it. And we're set and ready. Rotation number 1, Georgia starts on bars, LSU on vault. This is Nicki Arnstad, a 5'2" junior from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Who has become a key player for this LSU team. Always comes up with the big scores when they need them most. She's a big contributor on this event, which LSU is weak right now on vault due to injuries. Very nice vault. I spoke to Boudreaux at the beginning, and she says, we have 10-0 vaults. We just can't compete them right now. We're injured, and by 10-0 vaults, I mean that's the starting value of the vault, and they really need to get those 10-0 vaults in the lineup.
Over to the bars, Georgia's Amanda Curry. Curry, a 5'1" senior from Houston, Texas.
Keep in mind the judges are looking for nice straight body line on this event and big releases like that one. Little and tight she was on the release to the low bar. We've got a few form deductions. And those little things just add up. But good landings are always important. Amanda Curry, a very important team member.
Nicki Arnstad for her vault. I got a 9.675 as you look at Suzanne Yochlin, now in her 18th year, 539 wins, 5 NCAA titles. So here is Ashley Hopson. She's from Wheeler High School in Marietta, Georgia, a freshman, 5'5". Subtle rules changed this year at Kathy Johnson-Clark. Just 1 vault.
That's going to make a big difference for a lot of the schools. You used to have the luxury of, if you missed the first vault or didn't quite stick the landing, you could always go back and really try and come up with a good one.
If you're a competitor, is that good or bad?
I think it's just something they have to adjust to. It's more like the balance beam event now, less room for error. They've got to be on their game right off the mark. She's performing a handspring front tuck. And like I said, they really need higher level vaults. That vault is worth a 9.8. So if perfect, and the judges think it's perfect, that could only score 9.8.
It's Diaz. She's on.
See, she gets into the tuck a little bit soon, but as you said, pretty good landing. Of course, a little step. And the maximum that could score is a 9.8, and they'll take the deductions from that.
LSU missing some vaulters. Jessica Thompson, a level 10 vaulter, expected to be recovered soon. And of course, they're counting on Kristin Uransky.
I think the most important gymnast they're missing is Shannon McEachern, particularly on this event. She was 8th in the vault at the NCAAs, an All-American.
Amanda Curry's score on bars, 9.725. So both schools off to a good start. Remember, you count 5 of the 6 scores, so you're allowed to throw out 1. If you have 2 bad routines, that really hurts you.
7-5. Next up for the gym dogs.
The emphasis in collegiate gymnastics is really a strong team performance. Suzanne Yochlin said they really de-emphasize the all-around and the individual accomplishments of the athletes, but how they come together and contribute to the team effort is most important.
Back to the bars, Georgia's Eileen Diaz, a 4'9" junior from Puerto Rico.
She has nice dynamic swing. Very big release move coming up here. Little break in form. Another release move. Very nice inspirational story. She had lost her scholarship and actually walked back on the team, came back and earned it back. Really gained a lot of respect. She's worked very, very hard to get back in the lineup. And a nice, solid job for Eileen Diaz.
Next up for LSU, Adrian Correct.
Ashley Hopson got a 9.625.
This is the biggest part of the routine. Huge double layout. She can actually twist that dismount. I've seen her do it. Competed internationally for Puerto Rico.
Eileen Diaz, her first routine of the year. We are welcome back to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. The Georgia Gym Dogs and the LSU Tigers in women's collegiate gymnastics. Here is Marina Degteva. She's a 5'2" junior from Mississauga, Ontario. Remember the Canadian national team. She's good.
And she performs a 10-0 valued vault. Half off front layout. Not quite in that laid out stretch position, but pretty close. Hard to say what the judges will do with that vault. This vault is scored so differently nationwide, even internationally, in how much leeway they give for that layout position. She's close. Very difficult vault to land, and she handles it pretty well.
Eileen Diaz from Georgia got a 9.675 for her bars work minutes ago. And Degteva feeling good about that vault. Her career high is 9.85, set last week. And she gets a 9.825. 9.825. So LSU performing very well on vault so far. Chelsea Bird got a 9.8 for her performance on bars. So both teams scoring very well. As Didi Bro in her 24th season, now we're going to pick up Sierra Sapunar, one of the talented freshmen. She's from Cincinnati.
Very talented, very well trained. Prior to coming to Georgia, her coach was Mary Lee Tracy, the '96 Olympic coach. In fact, Sierra wanted to make a bid for that Olympic team, this past Olympic team, and had a lot of injuries during her elite career. So it's nice to see her making the transformation into a top collegiate athlete, and I think there's more to come for this talented gymnast.
Had 2 great scores against Florida on vault and bars.
Nice double layout dismount. I think Suzanne Yochlin, the coach, really expects big things from this gymnast throughout her career.
Suzanne Yochlin expects big things from all of her gymnasts.
That's
Kathy.
true. She has big expectations.
She sure does.
Very nice work. Very technical gymnast and pretty to watch.
Back to the vault, Beth Boudreaux, a junior from Sapunar, Louisiana.
Another handspring front tuck. Seeing a lot of these on this team. It's a 9-8 vault. And once they get healthy on this, and in particular, get back one of their top gymnasts into the lineup, Shannon McHecker, and they're going to really do much better on this event. But they did everything they could do here. They hit the vaults.
So both teams hitting as senior Kristi Lichey, one of the most decorated athletes in women's collegiate gymnastics. And matter of fact, she was just named the Southeastern Conference Gymnast of the Week. She has had 2 vaults worth a 10 in her career, and she is one of Suzanne Jochlin's best. She is the best. What am I talking about? She is the best they have.
Yes. She won the all-around last weekend against Florida.
Let's duck in Beth Boudreaux's vault score. She had a 9.575. 9.575 for Beth Boudreaux. So now Kristi Lichey.
She also has a little international experience. She competed in the '97 World University Games with her teammate Kathleen Shrieves, and they won a silver medal.
Score on bars for Georgia's Sapunar, 9.825.
Sapunar gets a 9.825. You may have heard that in the background. 9.825. So great scores. We haven't had a miss yet as Lichey prepares for her bars routine.
The good thing about Kristi is she doesn't have a weakness on any of the apparatus. Pretty even throughout.
She'll be competing in all around tonight. We'll have a 3-way race. 2 gym dogs.
Very difficult 1.5 pirouette on top of the bar. Very nice, particularly this early in the season. You can see little bitty breaks in the routine, just tiny form breaks. Those are all things they can work on throughout the season, and competing week after week, they'll polish those.
Step on the landing will cost her a 10th, but otherwise pretty darn good. Kristi Lichey, the senior leader of this team.
Yurchenko ball in laid out position, a little hop on the landing. I think that crash mat actually helped launch her into the air. But of course they put that down, protect ankles on landings like this. And these gymnasts have a long season. They compete every weekend.
That was Kristin Uransky flying by.
This is the Yurchenko vault, the round off entry, and back layout. It's worth a 9.8.
Back to the bars. Our final athlete in rotation number 1, Kathleen Shrieves. We can tell you Kristi Lichey got a 9.825. 9.825. So Georgia has hit 5 for 5 so far, and their anchor woman, Shrieves, is up.
And that's what they look for in college. Consistency, consistency, consistency. That is the most important thing. Yes, you want the difficult routines. You want amplitude. You want all those exciting things that are important to a score. You've got to hit the routine.
Considered the Dogs' best bar performer a year ago, at least the most consistent. See if she can hit and make it 6 for 6.
She was 6th at Nationals on this event. Boy, she really uses her nice long body to show off the skills, like the pirouettes on top. The release moves look even bigger. Few little form things again with the feet. These are all just tiny, tiny deductions. Nice. Full twisting double back. And you got to love the landing.
A stuck landing for Kathleen Shrieves. We can tell you Kristin Uransky got a 9.55 for her vault. And Kathleen Shrieves, we await her score.
The judges are really looking for clean form on top of the difficulty. And I'm sure they love seeing the difficult dismount.
We're coming back. Both teams hitting. Georgia, LSU.
More after this.